When we first saw Steve Harrington, honestly, we hated him. He was King Steve, the rich, arrogant guy who drowned his hair in spray. When he broke Jonathan's camera and wrote those ugly things about Nancy, we thought he was just another typical high school bully. We all wanted Nancy to leave him. And when Jonathan punched him, let's be honest, we all clapped. It felt like he finally got what he deserved. At that time, Steve was just a villain in the story, someone who was meant to lose. But as the seasons moved forward, Steve started to grow. And then we saw something in him that we rarely see in real life, the ability to accept. When Nancy left him, Steve didn't turn into a toxic lover. He didn't try to get revenge. He swallowed his pride, accepted the loss, and stepped back so Nancy could be happy. That's when we realized Steve wasn't a bad person. He was just lost. Being a high school king and being a real human being are two very different things. He picked up that nail-studded bat not for himself, but to protect the very people who had once rejected him. And as life made a little more sense, we saw Steve with Dustin and the kids. A boy with no college plans, no clear future, who found his purpose in protecting them. That friendship with Dustin, teaching him how to style his hair, how to talk to girls, never giving up on him. And now it's 2026. When we think of Stranger Things, we remember Eleven's powers, but our hearts stop at Steve Harrington. Why? Because he has no superpowers. He doesn't use a gun. He doesn't have telekinesis. All he has is a bat and a whole lot of courage. Today, as grown-ups, we know Steve is a hero because he taught us something real. A superhero isn't someone who never falls. True power isn't in a bat or a gun. It lives in your heart. When your body gives up and you still stand like a rock and say, "As long as I'm here, they're safe." That is Steve Harrington. Not just a character, but a feeling, a quiet comfort that whispers, everything is going to be okay.